Hey everyone. This actually came out earlier this month, but I finally went around looking for it. Originally at retail, but then found a good place online for it. And it recently arrived, so a little hint with the packaging. That's right. The Transformers Collaborative Ectotron figure. Recent star of the Transformers Ghostbusters comic Ghosts of Cybertron, with the full name actually Autonomous Diametron. So you can see in vehicle mode there's lots of very nice familiar details for the classic Ecto 1. Not a 100% perfect recreation, but still gets a lot of things right, and it is actually officially licensed through Columbia Pictures and GM. So it's not just some, vague old car with some paranormal touches. Still very much the real deal. Also comes with a individual little soft plastic Slimer figure. Pretty good detail there, even though the mouth isn't painted. Really no other features besides rolling pretty smoothly. No opening doors or hood or trunk. No lights or sounds, but still a nice little version of the Ecto 1 they can show off. For transformation, I'll show you the full packaging. Very much done in the old 80s G1 style. Even has the retro Hasbro logo. It's the Ghostbusters logo with 35 on it. This is celebrating both franchises starting out in 1984. Of course, his character stats on the back. The big advertising blurb for the Transformers toy line. Licensing information and whatnot. Additional product info. But okay, onto the transformation. Actually remove the equipment rack. Removing the antenna, the hoses, and clipping the ladder. Okay, just setting that aside. Kind of wedging it out from the roof. From there you can create the proton pack. Move the particle thrower. Angle this out. Turn this. Then angle that. You can attach the antenna to this little peg hole. Fold that down. If you angle it right, you can kind of click in place. Otherwise, it can kind of rest there, all right. And there's the proton pack for him to wear. And then in robot mode, you can orient this how you like to touch the particle thrower. But of course, I'll do that in a second. Yeah, so to get into robot mode, angle the door pieces, Rest them like that, sort of diagonally meeting at the light bar. Can separate the legs. I think that might have been off camera. Extend to the knees. Fold out the feet. Separate them. Flip out the heel. Separate the front. Begin to form the arms. The hands can be tricky to get out. You probably need some little kind of wedge tool kind of thing. At least for now, I can use the back end of the particle thrower. Click into place pretty tight, at least on mine. Angle those, so of course those in the elbows face forward. This is kind of tricky, but the piece near the wheel here, you can kind of, well, now I'm confused. Yeah, kind of pinch this piece to press it down. So that you can turn these pieces forward. Angle them how you like, a little dynamically or straight horizontal, whatever. Flip up the chest, out the chest panel to get the head up. Click that back. The proton pack fits with this tab onto the light bar. You can angle the end of the hose onto the particle thrower. I'll actually put in his hand first. Either this way or with this tab to hold it more like a rifle, if you'd like. Just put that into place. And there is Ectotron. Very nice color scheme, of course, a lot of white and black and silver due to the Ecto-1, but also with nice touches reflecting the Ghostbuster uniform. And it's kind of sandy beige, has a nice name tag, goggles, of course the proton pack and particle thrower. Now when it comes to Slimer's compatibility, in this mode you basically just have them separately, or you can kind of place them on the end of the particle thrower. Angle is kind of important given balance issues, but it's achievable. But yeah, for articulation, it's got a bit of a ball-jointed head, but it's kind of limited. But he still has decent range. Hinged shoulders. Swivel just above the elbow. Of course, actually dual hinged elbows, so it can reach up and around quite well. Hands can kind of just go in from transformation, otherwise they stay put, nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. Thigh swivel. Ratcheting hips outward. Swivel at the thigh. Decent knee. You can kind of adjust things with the toe and the heel to help them balance. And speaking of balance, I've heard issues of the knees being loose on more than a few copies of this guy, making him pretty difficult to stand or keep a pose. For me, the left one is the only one that's kind of flimsy. So at least in pretty neutral stances, you can stand up quite fine. But I'll have to tighten this pin somehow. I guess a bit of a closer look at some of the details. Of course, you got the classic logo. You can see the front license plate Ecto1 split up. Pretty simple, but nice head sculpt. Kind of a neutral robot face, and the goggles permanently staying just above his eyes. Pretty nice recreation of the tires, I think. Although in hard plastic, if that concerns you at all. Of course, another look at the proton pack. Helping him take on paranormal entities. Yeah, I very much like him. And I'm saying that as someone who likes Ghostbusters but isn't a die-hard, highly devoted fan, really. But when he was announced, I thought this would be a very interesting purchase somewhere down the line. I don't think there's any word yet on where collaborative will go. Just that apparently its aim is crossover properties with tie-in fiction. I don't know if that necessarily means kind of one story per year. Like Ghosts of Cybertron being a 5-issue miniseries. But it'll be interesting to see where things go. And actually for the Ghostbusters Transformers material, there's also a special version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime MP10 in Ghostbusters colors, and special decals and accessories and stuff on both the cab and trailer and stuff. But between those two releases, I figured to get the all-new original character, star of the comic. And when it comes to availability, I haven't checked in the past few days, but on GameStop's website and stores, I think he's sold out. That's the main retail route for US customers. Otherwise, he's available on Hasbro Pulse. At a somewhat high price, but considering he's a kind of special edition product, you know, maybe you'd like to take that monetary risk in buying him if you're interested. And in other markets, I think he's available through EB Games and Zing. Not really familiar with those, but best of luck in finding him for a decent price, nevertheless. I guess that's just about it with him. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. Speaking of instructions, I want to kind of show them off because even they're kind of a nice extra touch. One, the coloring is in black and green to show off that ghostly aesthetic. Of course, you have the like industrial stripes along there. Who you gonna call? Who's gonna drive? Has a little character and story info. Sort of tying things together. But otherwise, it's your expected step-by-step picture instructions on transforming them and making use of the accessories. And now I think that's about it. So yeah, if you're curious, if you have the money, go look for them and have some fun with a nice little crossover of two 1984 properties. So, see you later, folks.